Hello. Oh, I should probably. I'm sweating, and my nose is sniffling. I'm sniffling. I cut my locks yesterday. It's still here. I was told by a cousin of mine that, or I was just told by other family members or whoever, that when you cut your locks, you lose your memory. But I'm still here. And, just a second ago, my stomach was, filled with anxiety. But right now, I feel calm. So I'm just gonna yap, about everything. So I have to let it go. I'm scared. I'm paranoid. I question why a lot of things have been happening. Why do I get the content that I get? Am I in a simulation? Yeah, I know I'm crazy, but I'm the good crazy, not the evil one. But I'm gonna continue talking, and I'm gonna give myself permission to show whatever emotions that comes up as I just show whatever. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I feel like this is some type of humiliation type thing, but I really don't care. I'm pretty shameless. I'm saying all this and I don't have any fear whatsoever. So I'm just going to continue talking. Is the fact that I see connections, is it being used in a way to instill more fear in me? Or am I making the wrong connections? Am I making a mistake by speaking out about whatever that I see? Who am I really? What is my purpose? I don't want to die young. They always say legends die young. I don't want to die young. I don't want to have to sacrifice anybody. Or someone else takes whatever that was supposed to be thrown at me. I don't know. Is this world spiritual and physical? Or is it what is self-control? Like I'm literally showing y'all my crazy. I'm at this point, and I'm just gonna continue. And I hate the fact that I don't hate. Hate is a strong word. You know what? Let me just go with wherever my emotion is. So last year, or was it last year? Yeah, last year I was invited to go to Blacks in Technology for the first time. It was a conference in Nashville, and I remember at the time I was going through therapy. It was a white woman, not of course, but it was a white woman. This was after I made the decision to break up with my ex-boyfriend. And I was going through a lot of emotions because I knew that for the first time in my life, I would really like be on my own. You know, I've been told by family, or I guess perceived emotions, that my life has been lucky. I've been lucky, but the thing is, I've been putting in work for a long time. I never really, growing up, whenever as a child, you get asked what your dreams are. What do you want to be when you grow up? Imagine not having any. Imagine not being able to remember your dreams. But I didn't know that I just wanted to be comfortable. I because I was, in the information technology program, and um, because I was in an information technology program at Miami Central, and my early learnings of technology and stuff, I pretty much knew that, like, in the future, or just I just knew that not employment, but I just as a child, I just knew, not as a child, but yeah, as a child, teenager, whatever the hell you want to call it, and I just knew that I would have been able to work from anywhere. Now today we call that remote work. Um, I graduated high school with a technical degree. No, yeah, technical. I graduated high school with a, oh gosh. I graduated high school. Graduated high school with a what is it? 4.8 GPA, and I was like top. Oh my gosh, for some reason I'm just kind of. It's not that I don't remember. I'm just taking my time. I graduated summa cum laude. I think that's what you call it. That's like top 3% of a graduating class. Even though I had like a pretty high GPA, I didn't have any confidence in myself whatsoever. Didn't have any confidence that I would get any scholarships or be able to pay to go to school. And that's probably why I didn't pursue going to University of Florida, because I did get accepted to University of Florida. Because I remember my friend Sarah. Hey Sarah. She's actually married to Andre, who is, I don't know, it was him or Abby, who they were like top two of the class. They were always like top of the top. And to be honest, I never really competed with them or competed with anybody. I was just able to perform. But I knew early on in my early school days that I was like, dang, we're not here to learn. We're here to pass the FCAT. That sucks. But hey, I was able to pass my classes fearlessly. I'm not channeling no one. I'm not trying to be no one. I'm just me, Aaliyah. This is me. I never really given myself the space to be myself. Actually, I did when I went away for college. School was always my escape from reality, and my reality was home. I never really shared about yeah. I'm that friend where I don't really talk too much about my parents or my upbringing or anything. I just would rather have been, you know, on the sidelines looking. And, being, what's the word? What's that mean? Being recruited by experts, and then they just accept me for who I am. But now that I'm like 30, it's kind of like, it's kind of like, who the hell is trying to recruit me? Because honestly, it's kind of crazy. I feel like there's like secret societies and shit like trying to recruit me or something. I don't know. But I'm just going to speak all of it out. And I don't care if I look like I'm being crazy, because it is what it is. Moving on. Um, uh, when I went to, so this is just me info dumping, talking dumping. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna, there's info dumping, talk dumping. This is just me not putting any reins on my expression. So when I went to, because I'm going to be going all over the place. So if you are also with ADHD, you'll get it. But if you don't, keep up. So when I went to Blacks in Technology, right, the foundation. Now I'm looking at it, because I looked up what the Hartford insurance is, and it's in Coral Gables. I'm currently in Coral Gables. Okay, I don't feel any fear. Continue on. I have these cards. It says, fearless. I'm not afraid to use my voice. Magic. My magic speaks for itself. Driven. I am driven by my passion. Now, because I like to learn a lot about a lot of stuff, that means that I guess I try to put meaning behind everything. And yeah, it is what it is about certain things, like even the colors, because color psychology and other stuff, and consciousness and whatnot. I question, why is society becoming overly informed? Because it's scary, and it's not scary really. It's more about the unknown. Um, you know, I've been around someone who say that you speak things into existence, and I've also have been I've had conversations with my grandfather, who used to have discussions about influence, and I never really understood what that means. Why would he talk to me about what influence is? Why do people have certain names? Why am I named Aaliyah? Am I going to be used as a sacrifice for something? Is this that sacrifice? But I kind of want to go back to my story a little bit. I was born in 1995, March 28th. Aries. That means that I mean, these are just labels, but I guess that means that I'm pretty fiery. Um, I I have a fire inside of me. I have a lot of passion. But then that passion gets sometimes it feels like that passion can be a bit too much. And I'm scared. I'm not scared. So I'm gonna continue talking. Um yeah, I'm an Aries. I have a lot of passion in me. Um Growing up in high school, I used to hang out with the LGBTQ kids community. My parents, they were kind of questioning me. They were like, "Are you gay? Are you this? Are you that?" And I'm like, no, because I didn't really I was having crushes on guys, not girls. I just felt comfortable. I felt comfortable, like throwing shade and shit. Like they used to call me Cutthroat Shade Aaliyah. Cutthroat Shade Aaliyah. Yeah, Cutthroat Aaliyah. Cause it's Miami. We talk shit. I think that's like kind of like a love language in a way, in a bit. But Miami has so many different people and energies here, so that means that you become hard. You have to become someone. Yeah, you just become hard. And with me spending 10 years away in another side of Florida, so Fort Myers and Tampa, that gave me the chance to be honest, that gave me the chance to heal those those hardened parts, all the things that I was absorbing in my environment, because I'm a pretty sensitive person. I mean, because I've healed and I've been doing a lot of work, because trying to understand who I am, what I am. I don't even know what my purpose is. I mean, I kind of do. Back to what I was saying, but I was just trying to heal. I felt like I've always been protected. Actually, so back to University of Florida. At the time, actually, let me take it back a bit. So I went to a my gosh. So I grew up gifted. Now the alien's about to get me. My gosh. Is it going to be an apocalypse or something? I'm not trying to speak these things into existence. I am just expressing random words. I'm not speaking these things into existence. I'm just speaking random words. There is no intention on wanting anything behind my words to manifest. I'm just freely expressing myself randomly. Um, and I'm continuing to talk because I don't feel any fear in my body. So I feel like I am okay. I feel like I am safe. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the middle school. So I went to Parkway Middle. That's where I got into the writing program. Little did I know my grandfather was a writer. Now I'm about to really like, oh some shit. Give me this. So my grandfather was a writer. He used to write stuff like blogs online. He doesn't anymore, but I think honestly I don't be knowing too much about what he be doing. It's secretive. And honestly I kind of wish I followed his suit because when I started posting online, he was saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be posting about what you're doing and this and that." Now I know because of this goddamn matrix of everything collecting data, which is really just data analytics. And so people like me who think too much, overthink. Okay. But yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yes. My grandpa. Writing. Yeah, I don't really be knowing too much about what he actually does, how he really earned his money. Apparently he was in the US Army and he did his time. Then he married my grandmother and stuff like that. But that's not it. But I brought up the my grandpa writing because my mom found this book. I actually got it from her. This is from Zane, Sex Chronicles. Yes, I'm 30 years old, so I really don't give a damn. Because I used to read smut. Well, we used to call it smut, adult fan fiction, when I was younger, right in middle school. And I'm pretty sure you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, what about the kids? No, kids are important. Their education is important. Well, yeah. I don't know. I used to go and hide and read this book. Actually, it used to do something to me. Now I reread a few parts of it, and I was like, what the hell is this? This is nothing. But hey, it was something back then. Now I do think someone took my book and highlighted a few pages. So I'm just gonna say it out there. Actually, as I keep talking, and if I don't feel any fear, I'm just gonna continue to talk. Yeah. So whoever you are, I know. But so yeah, Parkway Middle, right? Parkway Middle. But I did writing in Parkway Middle. That was when I remember back then because there was this one girl. Her name was Johnisha. Actually, you know what? This is just gonna be. I know. I'm just gonna reframe it as me just spilling tea. I. So there was this one girl, right? Her name was Johnisha, middle school. For some reason, I don't know what it was, but we didn't. I don't know. It was like she wanted to pick on me or something like that, but they ain't really the story. Um, I remember that she lost $1 or something like that, and then we got into a fight. I think it was a fight. I don't remember. And I'm not someone that gets in trouble. I was scared, and I cried. I think I cried to the principal after the little tussle that we did. It really wasn't a fight. It was like a push type thing. Um, yeah, I remember I cried. So that was like my first ever fight. I fought with my brothers and sisters, yes, but that's different. That it was like we were raised as animals, pretty much. It's just the truth. It's not to say that I regret the past, but yeah. But yeah, middle school. I stayed at Parkway for like 1 year, and I distinctly remember probably why I chose to go there, so I can get away from my home. And I guess because the environment just wasn't, it wasn't, it didn't make my brain happy. I won't say make my brain happy. I just wasn't happy in the environment that I was in. So I went to Parkway for 1 year. Then after that, I left Parkway to go to Horace Mann Middle. And that's when I enrolled in the technology program, where I learned about computers, like an introductory to computers and stuff. We had computer lab. Don't remember who the teacher's name was. There's that. Then I went to high school, Miami Central to be exact. And to be honest, I didn't really want to go to Miami Central. I had stereotypes about who or what black people are. I didn't know I had stereotypes at the time, but I was scared. I was like, I don't want to go to that ghetto ass school. I was really like that. But I went because I was in the magnet program. So I really wasn't in the quote unquote normal classes. I was in magnet. So I had more harder classes. School was my escape from reality. I used to stay after school with my childhood friends. Sarah, she was dating Daniel at the time, Josie. And then we had these two twins. They were more like Daniel's friends. So we had these two twins. I'm still not feeling any fear, so I'm going to continue just talking and yapping. But yeah, childhood friends. I was in AP classes. Never passed the AP test though. I just passed the class. I remember being enrolled in dual enrollment, and my first dual enrollment class was a African diaspora class. And I dropped out. I think because I just didn't care to do the assignments or the essays. I didn't understand it. You know why I didn't understand it? Because I pretty much had two parents who didn't really understand their own background and how they were raised because they're from a different generation. I'm, millennial. I'm in between of like Gen Z and millennial, 1995. So I'm gonna be, I'm pretty much in the middle. Even though I remember my sister, she I remember I told her because you know how I guess as a millennial we call it selfies. They don't call it selfies. And I'm like, what? So I guess that kind of showed my age. But yeah, high school. But yeah, I didn't really have any confidence because of how I was raised, to where I was from. Not where I was from, but I always felt like my reality didn't match what I felt on the inside. Actually, I'm going to go down my Twitter feed and just talk from there, and then we'll just go from there. Because, like I said, this is free form. So, actually, because I was going to say some ASAP for lyrics, but we're not going to do that. I actually don't care that you guys see this stuff. It is what it is. Okay. Elon Musk, here's your free marketing. I mean, you always get free marketing, but please don't come to me. I don't want to work for you. I heard you work people really hard, like 80, 100 hours a week. I'm not trying to do that. But it would be cool to, I don't know. Actually, let me go back here because there is something that I put because, oh wait. So on my captions, on my description, it says, my thoughts are my own and from my experiences. This does not reflect my professional integrity. Yes, my laptop is flying planes right now. I am human, correct me if I'm wrong. Fear is what's stopping me from progressing. I don't want to die young. Mental health is important. And then hashtags Black in Design, Black designers, Black in tech, blockchain, women in tech, emerging tech, whatever. Okay, so back to this. Look at that. Y'all were promoting Chloe Bailey and One Piece and Tarot. Let me stop talking. Let me just go back. Because I'm just gonna talk and talk and talk. So yeah, so I'm the type of, like I said, I was put into gifted 12th grade. Now I know the gifted program is really a program for the government to watch you, and that's just what it is. It took me some time to actually realize that. I don't know what that means. I still don't feel any fear, so I'm going to continue talking. So here's my first tweet ever, December 12th, 2021, where we have Joa Natoli. Hope I'm saying it right. Says, to everyone entering or wanting to enter the UX or design field, in case it's clear, you are welcome here. No matter what your credentials are or how you go about learning the craft, you may even discover newer, better ways and teach us older folks a thing or two. And I was like, you know what? Thank you for this. Because I had I started learning design since 16. And then I went on to get an art degree at Florida Gulf Coast University. And then I went to get an advertising degree at the University of Tampa, which is a private school. When I was at FGCU, I had this was around Trayvon Martin stuff. See, now my conspiracy theorist brain is coming up, but I don't need to be thinking about that. I'm gonna continue talking because I have no fear. I'm feeling no fear, so I'm just gonna continue talking. But yeah, when I went to Florida Gulf Coast University, there was that was like around Trayvon Martin, just everything that was happening. This is also around the time that Obama. This is like around the time that Obama became president, and it's kind of like, dang, is this the backlash for every time someone black in position gets some type of like power or something? It's scary to even say these things because of how things are, maybe, and seeing news and tweets and like sensationalism. Oh my gosh, I have not said that word since my PR class. Oh, fear mongering, sensationalism, propaganda. But yeah, we had there. I've talked about this before, but not like out, like talk. Yik Yak. There was this app called Yik Yak. It was an anonymous. Now, if y'all end up getting some popularity or redesigning your app, you know who to come. Okay, well, I'm just playing around. But Yik Yak. That was when, for the first time, I saw how the people who I went to school with, who were white, and I actually did not know I was a minority at the time. That's probably by design. That they were calling us monkeys and hanging us, and I was getting angry. It made me feel angry because, like, dang, this is like talking about people that look like me, and I go to school with you guys. You don't like me? But this is my first time being around, being pretty much what it felt like to be a minority. Because maybe I don't know. Moving on. At some point, you have to start believing those compliments people are giving you so you can really unlock that potential. What if I told you that I don't really get too many compliments? I've always excelled at school and stuff, but it was only because I was anxious. It was only because I was trying to get out of the environment that I was in. Please do not turn this into some scary episode or simulation thing. I'm just speaking out loud. Please don't use this. I don't want to die early. I don't want to die young. But yeah, I just wanted to live. I just wanted to. I don't know what normal is. I don't. Or what is even normal? I just knew that I just wanted to get out. Get out of Miami. Get out of the environment that I was raised in. To do better. To be better. Because that's all I wanted. Maybe that's why I didn't have a defined career for myself. Because my brain was always on go. It was always full of stress. Which, now that I'm 30, generational anxiety. Maybe that's from because I do have a mixed bloodline. Oh my gosh, I'm saying this, not an overlord's gonna get me, but hey. Um, with being mixed, I actually saw a Instagram post about someone saying how being mixed and how that affects your mental health and it can come with symptoms of OCD, bipolar disorder, things like that. And those are things that have been shown in my own family, at least from my grandfather and my mother. I don't want to continue to be a test dummy. I don't want to die early. I don't want to have to sacrifice anything. But I do know I need to change. And with me speaking without any fear is a change for me because I always felt like I didn't have a voice. And then I did. I found it. And then it felt like I was being silenced. But right now I don't feel any fear, so I'm going to continue talking. UX designers want a shortcut to understanding your users. Work customer support or the help desk for a few months. You will learn about all the things they expect to do with your product and how they think and react when they are unable to do them. Priceless insight. And then I said, before I knew I wanted to get to UX, I spent 5 years working at PDQ in front and back of the house. That gave me the advantage to really get to know the customers from talking to them to making their orders perfectly in under 2 minutes. Yeah, man, fast food. And no, I'm not trying to become like Kamala Harris and become president or something like that. Please don't compare me to her. I know I just made these connections, but please don't. Yeah, man. PDQ. That's actually where I met my ex-boyfriend. To all you old niggas out there, no. That was just proximity. And you know it. But hey, moving on. Yeah, I've always excelled at school, but I never really learned how to learn. I never really practiced. I just did it. And that's probably why I'm kind of struggling right now. Or even how to navigate corporate. Or if I even want to be in corporate. Because I did a little bit of entrepreneurship and I felt free from that. But you need money for that. But then I don't want to get loans. And then there's grants. But moving on, because I still got some more to do. What is this? The article that piqued my pivot to UX design. I was tired of graphic design not being taken seriously and wanted more out of designing objectively. Plus more money. Oh, let's see what this is. Oh, this. Y'all must have updated this. Because this was years ago. Now it says 11 months ago. Come on now. Well, yeah, I read this article. I was like, oh my gosh. I want to do UX design. I want to do this pivot because I knew that when I graduated high school, I was really unsure of exactly what I wanted to do. But I went to college anyway because college was how I saved myself. If I would have stayed in Miami, I don't know who or what I would have turned into. I probably would have been consumed with the anger and disappointment. Because I grew up angry and disappointed. Probably angry and disappointed at my mom because I think because I had high expectations of myself. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, those high expectations came from my grandparents, and what they expected of my mom. But my mom didn't turn out that way, and so they put it on me. It's not to say there's anything wrong with that. It's just the truth. It's just honesty. I'm not saying anything or trying to hurt anyone's feelings. But yeah, I think that that being around that, I that's why I was angry of how our just how things were. Me being the oldest of 6 kids, her being a single mom, the men she chose, the things that I saw, domestic violence, um, screaming, things being thrown out. That's why I remember growing up, even in high school, I used to, when I meet people, I used to tell them, please don't yell at me. I can't take it. Because I didn't know that I was traumatized severely. Did not know I was that traumatized. And I've been traumatized for a long time. My nervous system has been fried like a motherfucker. But now and then I'm 30, and I did a bit of therapy. I was able to face that, and I went through the process. It's a very mental process that I went through. The government, please don't come after me and put any tests on me. You already did some. I don't care if I sound paranoid, but I'm going to continue. Learn UX, UI design for free. Oh, this is something about Don Norman. If you read about Don Norman, you already know about forces and blah, blah. Yada. There was someone that, I forgot what her name is. She had an experience with Don Norman that actually ended up showing his ignorance. I wouldn't say racism, probably more about ignorance. I don't know the full tweet, I just paraphrasing. It's not cheating when you Google, it's a skill. And so I was like, research 101. Maybe that's why AI is the new search engine now. Because we had to Google manually, and so now we have search engines to do it for us or something like that. I think because I've been so focused in trying to survive pretty much using my intellect, I never really, one, got the chance to practice, and two, just go slow, experience life. I mean, I did, I enjoyed college. I don't need to reiterate that. We all have our time. But I didn't know I was unhappy until I remember going to Disney my senior year of college, and someone reached out and was like, oh my gosh, you look happy. And I was like, wow, you niggas actually know that we don't be happy, and y'all be taking advantage of that shit. Moving on. Oh, this is when I started doing UXL for my user experience journey. I was using this app. It's a free app, obviously, free marketing. I was using this app for to brush up on my visual design skills. I can't use it now because you need to pay for stuff, and I know nothing is free, and I don't want to have to. Do I have to? I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to continue talking because I don't fear any fear. I did try to do a UX certificate on Coursera, and I couldn't stick with it because my ADHD brain just didn't like how the content was presented. And the UI on Coursera was a bit wonky. I wish I took a screenshot of that so that I can at least see it. Oh yeah, then I kept talking. Then don't get me started on how expensive these UX boot camps are. Like I know it's an investment, but damn, I'm broke. I'm not broke. I'm blessed and highly favored. Highly favored. That's what I am. But I just didn't have the money. And actually, that was actually something that I last spoke with my therapist with, which in a way, it's kind of like, did those notes that you took of me or whatever, or any therapist that I went with, did y'all give those notes away? Because I've been seeing some things in this world, in my reality, I should say. Is that designed this way? I don't feel any fear right now, so I'm going to continue talking. So my best option right now is to build a UI portfolio, since I'm pretty much a visual designer anyway. UXL so far with their foundations course is brush up on my design knowledge. And this was back in 2021. I just kept going. Because like I said, I just kept going. Please don't try to lock me up, because now you see that if I have anxiety, then I can just go fast. It's not healthy. That's traumatizing. It is not healthy. It's now, like with the things I've been seeing on my LinkedIn or whatever, it's kind of like, did I speak out and give industry secrets? Am I going to get killed? Am I a whistleblower? Because I didn't get any of that, did other people have to die, or did other people have to go through experiences that I didn't go through because of what I said? Am I the cause of certain things? Why me? Other people shouldn't have to get hurt because, or maybe it's because I just didn't know who I am. Who am I? Why does my thoughts matter that much? So right here is when I decided that I wanted to become a designer for Web3. I don't remember what was happening. Oh yeah, 2021. So lockdown happened in 2020. Then this is 2021. Because I remember I was hearing about Bitcoin. And I was like, oh, Web3 sounds pretty cool. Now that I look back, it's like, damn, our words do manifest, do have power. But sometimes we don't know the intentions behind what we say or do. And that's why I'm afraid that maybe I caused some things. Or maybe I did this spoke out of terms from just me being myself. I don't feel any fear, so I'm going to continue going. I'm focused on UI just to get my foot in the door. I can learn more UX while on the job. This is the easiest way for me to break into the industry. You can always move up. Is it because you guys placed a character on me? Who am I talking to? I know who I'm talking to. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to, I'm scared. No, I'm not scared. I still feel at peace. So maybe Joey Jetter saw my tweet and gave me that opportunity. Is there anything called free will? Why me? This means my portfolio only showcased my UI skills rather than pressuring myself to build a UX. Yes, I was trying to get in with UI, but remember, I still had this doubt that I wasn't visually talented enough compared to other people. And so, yeah, I was comparing myself to other people because I didn't feel like I was visually. I didn't have the visual design skills. I mean, I had it somewhat, but I never really sat down and practiced on it, even though I was still a graphic designer. Or that's just how I felt. I wouldn't say that. And then there's some UX stuff. So around, okay, so yeah, this is 2021. Um, at this time, as you can see, here's me up here. Wow, I was really. Is this okay? Um, this was the US. I don't remember what. This is just cause I was going on panels on top of panels. Your girl was in them rooms. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get in. But I wasn't trying to rush or force it. I was just trying to understand what UX was because I followed more veteran people who've been in the industry, and people who are also on like the same level as me. But I was listening to some of the insight from the people who've been in the industry, and one person was, or the whole consensus was that you have to learn and figure out what UX is to you, or you just have to like get your skin in the game or something like that. And I kind of question that because I'm like, why? But it is kind of good to understand what it is to you, so that you can carve out. I think it's more of like trying to figure out what part of design you like. So maybe that's why it is like that. Unlimited PTO, free healthcare, remote work, 6-figure pay is what I need. This is stuff I've been trying. I've just been trying to get stability, bro. Like some websites. Oh, and then around this time, I was learning about a couple of vocabulary words through UXL. Cause I was just trying things out, to be honest. Cause I think at this time I was like, oh, maybe I should get into digital marketing, cause I had my first job. I've spoken about this before, but I had my first job, my first marketing job, and then I quit it cause of reasons that I don't need to explain more than once. But I quit it cause I was like, fuck this shit. You're not about to sit here and yell at me. Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm from Miami. That's just how I was talking on the inside. Well, yeah, and I quit that because I was going through a lot. It was my first time being in the office. It was my first job right outside of the structure of school. And it actually, that's when I started to notice that there was something off. I wouldn't say it was something wrong, but it was something off because it was like it was harder for me to grasp things, to learn. I also felt like I was wasting my time too because I'm like, why are we playing games at work? Now that I have a little bit more, I kind of know a bit more about how the actual 9 to 5 work is. Now I kind of understand. I was like, dang, I could have just that was an easy job. That was easy money. And that's what my ex-boyfriend was telling me at the time. It was like, you do know that's easy money, and why are you complaining? Blah blah blah. But for me, it was hard. It was hard, and I just wanted some understanding. But people. I've learned that there's just a lot of understanding. And that's where conflict comes in. And I didn't have the experience to know how to talk and express myself. For some reason, I couldn't. Now I know why, but at the time, I just couldn't. One of the skills you have to learn quickly is how to wait. Good things come. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I do know how to wait. But I cut my locks, and I know that in the lock community, that is the source to our power. Now, I don't say our power, my bad. It's more like source. It's like you feel powerful with locks. And I cut mine. And I was scared to cut them because there's a connotation to having more wisdom, and you may lose your memory and things like that. But I was fine. I was going during the process of cutting my locks. It felt like I was going through the ugly stage again. We all, you know, when you start your locks, you have like ugly stage and stuff like that. And I was natural for 9 years before that, before I got my locks, and then I just cut them. Was I influenced to cut them? Did I listen to the devil while cutting it? I even opened the Bible after I cut it, and the verses that I read when I opened the Bible, it scared me. But then I also remember how religion is used for fear, but it gives us some type of solace, gives people some type of solace. I don't feel any fear while speaking this, and I don't want to manifest. I'm just speaking to express. No intentions of my words is to make something come alive. Because sometimes you could be, I don't know, this world. So let's move on. Honestly, at this point, I think I was just reposting things. So I ain't look at the shit. Nakamoto. I've looked at hundreds of design portfolios while hiring for Maven, and honestly, the default format consistently falls short. So instead, try these. Yeah, I'm not looking at that. So here, this is when I challenged myself to complete 2 UX UI courses on UXL. And I did a design sprint. I was just doing stuff, because like I said before, I was just doing stuff, but I didn't sit down and practice. Even though I have the skills to jump right into designing screens for UI design, I think it's important for me to understand the core fundamental of what UX is. And for me, because I grew up in poverty or lower middle class, and then also having to deal with mental health that I didn't know at the time was mental health problems, I never really gave myself time to just practice. I just did it. And I was using Twitter as a way to express myself, but I wasn't speaking it. Now, this was my first challenge. The power of doubting yourself is so strong, because I was crying through this whole process. I've been crying through my whole process. And then when it's done, I find out that I'm fine. I didn't get hurt. I'm not speaking anything into existence. I'm just expressing myself. There's no intention behind my words. Actually, here's a thing. Let me turn this up.
Wow, that's really retro.
All I did was copy the design from what you call shop. But because I had so much doubt in myself, so much doubt in my abilities, this is very hard to do. Why are normal things, quote unquote normal things, simple things for people to do every day? Why is it so hard for me to push past doing a simple UI thing? Now, I can tell that in 2021, I was having burnout because I've been, like I said, school was escape. It was the escape for me to escape my reality. But I actually been doing some journaling and realized that's how I was able to place a label on it, that I was using school to escape my reality. Even right now, I use things to escape my reality, and it's been difficult lately trying to get out of it. That's why I've been watching a couple of YouTube videos to try to get me down a little bit, to like be grounded. And it seems like society is like telling me, oh, well, you should probably have you a child for you to be grounded. And it's kind of like, but why would you want to bring a child into this world when you're not at one yourself? Postpartum is real. Depression is real. Anxiety is real. And all of that, and the things that you don't face before you have children, because having children is a very, very important decision to make. Some people, sometimes some people can't make that decision because something bad happens to them. And even in that, that's wrong. Why should you bring a child into this world when you're not at one? Yes, it takes a village to raise a child. But they didn't get asked. They didn't get any permission to be brought here. And I'm not trying to manifest this from myself or anyone else. I'm just expressing myself freely. And I don't have any fear in my heart. I feel like I am speaking of exactly who I am, Apeair today. There's still a congratulations with her name on it this year. I don't hear congratulations too much. And I think that's probably why I feel like I'm not really doing good work. What impact do I have? But I do know that it will bring on anxiety to me. And that's probably why I fear my success. And I remember when I did have, because I had a psychiatrist at one point during my relationship. And honestly, looking back, if a woman gotta go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist while in a relationship, something is wrong. Because I remember reading that or seeing other experience about that online from other women. Now, nothing is black and white. I know. I'm not placing. How can I say? I'm not sticking up for how my last relationship was. I know that it's typical for people to want to place the blame on the other person, but I also had my own part into it, on top of my own mental health struggles and on top of both experiences and expectations. Just a lot of not following any boundaries and not speaking up. Just a lot of things. And plus, it was my first one, so whatever. Right here was when I finally posted that case study. Or is the case study. I was just doing it because I was like, I want to get into UX design. They look like they make some money. Oops. Oh my gosh, Behance School. Can you? Well, here's the prototype. We're gonna click start. And then I was using the little emoji thingies. And then we got the little drop down. I don't remember how long it took me to do this shit, but I did it. I had the card, and then we paid now, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, and then I was like, oh yeah, look at me. I designed a credit card checkout. And I was like, here's my design process, my research. I just read an article because I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know what, let's just read an article about, see what someone else did. And then my design inspo with Savage Fenty. Review and pay page. And I was using the emojis to like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have a lot of things in the cart. It's annoying to scroll. And then add payment method type shit. And then we got the UI. I point out some things. I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. I was doing that. And I was like, oh, here's my key takeaways. Yeah. And then, oh wow. Oh, okay. Moving on. UX design for mobile apps. Yada yada yada. I don't care about that. And then I showed my little boards. I was using Adobe XD. Adobe XD was bleh compared to Figma at the time. So, and then here's some UX terms. It's not about what you do, how much effort you put into your design job. That makes people respect. Wait, it's not about what you do, but how much effort you put. Well, if that's the case, why am I still? How to write a good UX case study. You see, this was in the beginning. And then as time went on, I was like, I'm getting tired of this shit. And so I just stopped trying. Oh, I did this perception thingy. There's some stuff about mobile users. So let's kind of go up. This new role, we go kill him. I'm not killing anybody. Don't say that. To the moon? Is that what you guys are trying to say? I'm thinking into existence. I am just expressing myself. This is UX product review. Oh, I was using I forgot what I was doing, but I was just trying out the machine. I think this was the air fryer, and I was like, well, they could have just did this. I was like, this air fryer. It was hard to understand what all these icons meant until I started pressing them. Left this time, right is temperature. I would have had the clock and temperature icons a different color to differentiate the two groups. What do you think? Yeah. I'm not the type of person to read instruction manuals. Also, when I'm interacting with a product for the first time, my focus is on looking for a solution. I want to design for users like me. Now looking back, I talk too damn much, and this is why I gave y'all ammo to hurt me. F y'all. What I like is the platform to talk about complex topics without feeling like anyone's friend, browser, rather. Don't Trump got that true spoke shit, whatever the hell it's called? I don't know. I mean, isn't X one of them, or Twitter? But then you got what's the word? What's that? You got Threads. You got Blue Sky. You got all these fucking apps. Okay, so all this is just UX stuff. I don't want to bore y'all. Yes, my design process used to consist of passion and anxiety. I still have the passion. Or do I? I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I've been silenced. That I probably have been talking too much. Did I spill industry secrets? Am I going to get killed? Am I a whistleblower? I work in crypto. There's a lot of fear behind all of this. I'm in Miami. It's a lot. I'm paranoid. It's paranoid. I was really fresh into this. I was really interested. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is where it needs to be at. But like I said before, I was just I was like a train. I had the passion. I was like, just imagine someone punch you in your face. That's kind of like what I was doing, without sitting back and like, okay, let's take a breather, Leah, because like I said, I'm not safe, and because I'm not safe, I was just going through it. Now, because I've been doing work, I do feel safe at times, and I do know when fear is getting into me. I don't fear any fear right now, so I'm just going to continue talking. Now, this is when I came to Miami for Art Basel, and I got my first letter. No, I don't have any money. If you try to rob me, you ain't gonna get shit. It's gonna be just like Luigi, the Luigi guy with Monopoly money. You ain't nothing. But maybe a negative. Actually, no. Actually, I don't have a negative in my account, which I'm actually pretty proud of, because in college, I stayed with a negative. But in today's time, I don't have a negative. It's just zero. Progress. Zero and a whole bunch of emails telling me my payment hasn't been processed. Now this, I was just reiterating what people were saying. They're all saying, "Oh, Web3 needs better UX. Web3 needs better UX." Blah, 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 blah. Now, because y'all know I'm gifted and y'all know a bit about my story, was this designed that well? I don't know. Actually, I do know. I'm not manifesting anything. I'm just speaking freely from my own mouth. I'm not trying to cause anything. I'm just a Apeair, a black woman that just letting it go. I don't want to sacrifice anybody. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm not scared, so I'm going to continue. I have no fear. I have no anxiety, so I'm going to continue to talk. Oh, it is. This is oh yeah. I was at the time. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. I would love to be able to give away like laptops. No, not my current laptop that I have right now. Don't even. No. Honestly, so the way that I think, because I don't know how this crypto stuff is, because all you hear is about crimes and scams and things like that. So for me, I was like, shit, I'm gonna just keep this one laptop that I have right here, my MacBook, right? And then I'm gonna just get me a decoy laptop. I need me a decoy laptop because you motherfuckers be trying to get into my shit, which actually y'all did. But I set up, a note and I was like, hi, type of thing. Or did y'all know that too? I don't know. I don't fear any fear in my body or in my mind, so I'm gonna continue talking. And my mom is calling me right now, but yeah. Now now that I'm starting to look at this, I'm fearful that even just this now, because like I said, I don't. Hey, for what? Oh, snap. Okay, my bad. Okay. I'm about to. I'm gonna get her. Okay. Well, that just brought me to reality. So, boom. I'm actually at an extended stay, right? And tell me why my book, Worry of Delight, that was gifted to me by my cousin Brandy, hint hint, not hint hint, but shout out. It just quote unquote just magically done disappeared. That no, you took it. So, I'm gonna go and I gotta pick up my grandma. I feel no fear right now. I'll be back. I feel no fear right now. I'm not trying to manifest anything. I'm just trying to let it go and speak, be myself, and show myself. Because I don't know what people think of me. I don't know what people think, not think. I don't know how people take my silence. I'm not a I've been told that I'm not built for something like this. I'm not built to survive. I'm not made for this life. That life is fleeting. That maybe that I might have a couple of years to live or something like that, but I don't believe that. Is that fear being trying to instill in me? What are conspiracy theories? They end up being truth. Or is it a half truth? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. God, please protect me as I go and pick up my grandmother. And we go and I drop her off home. And then I go and come back here. Because it is dark. And I don't know what's to happen. I'm scared. God, please protect me. I don't feel any fear right now. So I'll be back. Not, I guess, but I'll be back.